Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Roseanne Ludik, your nursing manager. I'm going to be doing a video today that we're going to put on the system for you to learn how to do the Rapids training for the PPS insurance medicals. Many of you I have seen already and we have done training. Some of it has been long ago, so you've forgotten it, and others of you have been well on the way to doing it and have done quite a few already. So my guinea pig today is Warren Larray. Warren is our new Ops manager. So for those of you who haven't ever met Warren, this is Warren. Alright, I have compiled a procedure document for each of you, which most of you have been given if I've done training with you. Some of you might not know where it is anymore, so I will email it to all of you again. The procedure takes you through the clinical process, the paperwork and recording process, and the how to dispose of your used strips, your medical waste process. I've also attached an example. Please note it's an example of the lab form which we drew up for you to do your reporting of your results for your rapids on. Because this is not a phlebotomy test going to a laboratory, there's nothing to record on, so we drew up a form. Then I've also attached the procedure of using the Atomo rapid strip which we use for our HIV testing for PPS clients only, please. And I have attached a copy of the cotinine procedure, which is the urine test for cotinine smokers or non-smokers. Especially in the top left-hand corner here is your resulting method. Please look at it carefully because it does differ. Most of your other rapid strips will give you a 1-stripe negative. Your cotinine gives you a 2-stripe negative. Carry this with you in your kit and make sure you know what the results are like when you get to your first client or two. Alright, that you will get via email. What I'm also going to send to you all via email is a little test. I'd like you to do it so that I know that you have learned something and where are the gaps in training, what must I focus on. So please go through it, fill it in, scan it in, send it back to me so that we can see where the problems and the gaps are in our training system. Alright, as most of you know, we have moved into the rapid world of rapid training, of rapid testing for numerous reasons. Firstly, because the results are available much quicker and the policies can be underwritten and processed and finalized much quicker, which means that your client's family is covered much quicker. Secondly, obviously there's cost implications for the insurance brokers. So it really is a nice, exciting world for us. So let's go with the changes and get with it. You will know that it is a rapid client on your emails that you get at night from your system. Just as they send you your phlebotomy clients at the moment, that's your front page, and then on your physical request that you print out, it stands like that. Now if you take note, you will see the first thing that you will notice is it's a PPS client. The second thing that you will notice is at the bottom here in your services that will tell you it's a rapid client. This one, for example, tells you it's a rapid cholesterol, a rapid cotinine, and a rapid HIV. This one does not have a rapid glucose test requested. The other one, for example, has only a rapid HIV requested. So please have a look. That's where you'll see what you are required to do, and your PPS will be your first indicator that it's a rapid client. If you do get a request for a rapid for any other clients, there have been some old mutuals that have slipped through, please check it with the main office quickly. Don't do a rapid on them yet. We are not into rapids with other companies other than PPS as of today, as we stand today. It might change quickly. Alright, the other thing that I want to just bring to your attention quickly is, unfortunately, we need to do checks and balances. So somewhere in the training video today, I will be giving you a password. I want you to put that password on the test when you scan it in and send it back to me so that I know that you have done the training and know what to do. Sorry guys, we need to put those tests in place. Alright, as you would with your phlebotomy client, you would obviously get your client on time, dressed appropriately, to the address that was delegated on your appointment sheet. The first thing that you would do is then ask the client for positive identification. So do you have positive identification with you today? Thank you very much. Warren has his driver's license with us. You can also use the green ID book, the South African book, and you can use the passports. If you are using any of these documents, please, your gut will tell you if something's not right with it. If photos don't really look like the person sitting in front of you, if the ID numbers are not correlating with the age, please don't be derogatory and say to the client, you look 60, you're not 16, because that will get trouble. But have a look and see as well on your passport, there will be expiry dates. If the passport is 6 months within expiry, you may not use it. The other thing that has caused some confusion is certified copies of identification documents are not authorized. So please don't use certified copies of identification documents. Right. The form we will be filling in is the lab form which I showed you on the little compilation, and it's that one. If you have a look at it, it's also broken up into sections. There is your insurance policy details, your client's details, your test results, and then your client's signature. Now, we're going to fill in these. Some of them will have bogus information, but you know that that part, your testing, doesn't get done before you've got the finger prick signature. Because it's at the end of the page doesn't mean it happens at the end of the procedure. Please get your signature first. So, we are going to use this request that I got. It's a PPS client. The policy number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The nominated doctor. Sir, do you have a nominated doctor to whom you would like us to send the results?
Yes.
Who is that doctor?
Dr. Barnard.
Dr. Barnard. If your client does not have a nominated doctor, ask for the doctor or the hospital in the area. If it's a Mediclinic or some other hospital, then put their details down. And then ask the client for the telephone number or contact number of that doctor. Do you know the number of the doctor?
No.
Okay. Then just leave it like that and say Pretoria or whatever. Otherwise, you will need to go and get. Right. In the next block is your client's details. The surname would be Larray. The first names are...
Warren.
Okay, it doesn't say. Warren who?
Raymond.
Raymond, R-A-Y-M-O-N-D. Okay, you are male. Do you have a cell phone number for us, please, Warren?
082
Yeah.
327
Yeah.
08
Yeah.
20.
Okay. ID number, I'm going to put a false ID number in here for Warren, but please, if you are with your client, don't take your client's word for the ID number. If he knows his ID number, like most of us do, he may not recite it to you. He may, but you must still check on the ID document that it is the right ID number. So, his ID number is 81 9 8 Alright, we're not using a passport, so that I don't need. There's no country of issue involved. Please fill in the date of birth as well. The labs very often need to verify that the ID number and the date of birth correlates. The type of ID, we've used a driver's license. Right, then your own details in the next block. Your practice number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 1, 8, and your signature. You've completed the first piece of your document. The next part you're going to do is you're going to ask the client to sign consent. Again, don't do any procedures before you have the client's consent. What I normally do is I make a big cross. Some of you make tiny little dots, and then the client forgets or doesn't know where to sign, and they sign over here anywhere. The labs throw those things back. Please make a big cross and say to the client, sir, please will you sign your name over there after reading through that and ticking the appropriate boxes for me? This is very important, folks, because this is a legal document. If you don't have all the correct checks and balances, You can accept yes. Are you accepting a rapid test?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And then just today's date, please. This is a legal document. This is the beginning of Warren's family's financial security in the future, should anything happen to him. If you do not have this paper right, the rest cannot follow. So, now you can say to your client, sir, we've had a request for a cholesterol rapid, a cotinine rapid, and an HIV rapid. The cotinine rapid is to see whether you are a smoker or not. If you live or work in an environment where people around you are constantly smoking, you may test positive. All right? Are you informed about HIV? Would you like me to give you more info? Are you happy doing a test? So you're informed. If your client was not aware of HIV and immediately said to you, I need more information about HIV. I know I have in the past sent you all the HIV toll-free number, but please, I will say it again, save it on your cell phone. I have mine saved under HIV counseling toll-free number. Give that to your client and then do not do the testing, the HIV testing today. Ask the client to phone that toll-free number, get more information and reschedule the HIV testing of that client. The toll-free number is 08 000 12322. It's on the back of your Metropolis Lab forms too. So, if the client had said to me, I don't know what HIV is, I need more info, I would have given him that number and said, sir, we won't be doing the HIV testing today. We will do the cotinine and the cholesterol, but the HIV we will reschedule. All right. Otherwise, he's okay with it, he knows what it is, so we'll do it then not today. The test strips that we will be using are these test strips over here. We have for PPS only, please, the Atomo Rapid Strip. The Rapid Strip does not come with a little reagent in the packet. It comes as a separate little bottle in the box. So please, other than your other Vitality strips where you have a little reagent pipette in your testing packet, which you throw away when you're finished, do not throw this little pink bottle away until it is totally empty, because you'll need to use this little bottle for more than one rapid test. So remember that, please. Don't throw the little reagent bottle away until it is empty. Use it for your next rapid tests. Your next one that we will be using is the kernel and match. Now, most of you who have done Vitalities will recognize the kernel and match. These are the machines which we use for our Vitalities to do cholesterol and glucose. The little machines come with their own little bottles of sticks. You'll see if I've got enough fingers. Sorry. No, that's not going to work. The kernel has a kernel bottle and the match has a match bottle. You cannot confuse the two unless you cannot read. That they specifically say that's what they're used for. So the little sticks are also very different. They look different, so they cannot work in the other machine. The little kernel stick is a little blue one, and the little match stick is a little white one. Okay? Your kernel will also, in the little bottle, have a little chip, which must be used for the machine to read the little strips in the bottle. When you take it out, please check that the little number on the chip correlates with the number on the bottle. If they do not correlate, it will not read the strip, so you won't have a valid reading. This one's number is 9334 and the bottle is 9334, so they will correlate. You cannot use the chip for the next 10 bottles that you use. Each bottle has its own little chip in it. That little chip you will take and you will put into your kernel. It has a slot at the back. Slide it in, number towards the outside, and push it in nice and firmly. Your chip is then now inserted and ready for you to use. You will then take your little blue kernel testing strip, and in the front you'll see there's another little testing hole. Slip it in there nice and firmly. Okay? It will immediately go on, and it will show you a little droplet which indicates it's ready to receive its little blood drop. I'm going to take it out for first because I'm going to be talking a bit and it's going to deactivate in that time period. Deactivate at least. Your match The little stick that comes with it looks like that, and it also slips in. My fingers are not working. At the front is a little hole again, a little receptacle, and you will slip your little stick nicely in and give it a nice firm push so that it's nicely in. Alright? It will also give you all sorts of little faces and indicate to you with a little blood droplet that it's ready to receive your blood. Okay, again I'm going to take this out because I'm busy now talking a lot. I'll show you just now again. Alright, we're going to do the HIV, we're going to do the tests in this way because there are time frames involved. Your rapid HIV and your cholesterol test take approximately 15 minutes to give you a result. The other two's results are fairly quicker. So do your two that take longer first. Please open your bag or your packet in front of your client. Sir, please take note. I'm opening your HIV test strip. If you have them prepared and ready on the table when the client walks in, the client might say to you, that's not my rapid strip. How do I know that's my result? So please open it in front of the client. All right. That's your HIV strip. Your cotton in one I'll open just now. Now, let me just get my little alcohol swab. Okay, and gloves. This procedure is taking much longer than what it would in a real situation because I'm talking much longer, talking a lot now in between. So please don't think that the procedure really does take this long. When I do the finger pricks, I normally say to the client, so are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Right-handed. So may I please have your left hand? The reason why I do that is the skin on your dominant hand's fingers is tougher, especially in men. And then if you look at how you use your hands, you will use those fingers most. So use the little ring finger. Its skin will be softer and you're also less likely to bump that little place where you prick the needle in against something. So take your alcohol swab, open it. And what I normally do is I just get the blood flowing nicely in the finger first. Don't milk it like that, please. Just nicely flowing in the finger, especially in the winter time. You can ask the client to shake their hands as well to get the blood flowing. And then just block the blood off in the fingertip a bit. Clean your finger nicely. And let it dry naturally. Don't blow on it to get it dry, then you're defeating the purpose. Right, let it dry naturally. Now, you've opened your HIV rapid strip. The little top lid you can take off and throw away. When you open your HIV or deactivate the needle, that little green stick is your key. The needle is in this grey piece and it is spring loaded. So once it is used, the little spring is deactivated. So your needle sticks are much less likely to happen. When you open it, you will take the little green key, turn it and pull it straight up. Don't try and break it off in there because it will break off in there and then your needle is locked and your device is a waste. You can't use it. Alright, so that's what it looks like. That's the little pipette I'm going to collect the blood in. You'll see now and then you work it like that. So I'm going to open my little reagent bottle in preparation for this. Okay, now I'm going to put my kernel reading strip in. I'm going to put my match reading strip in and they're ready to use. Right, so little finger prick. Now you will take your device, keep your fingers blood nicely at the tip, hold the device firmly against the finger and push the device firmly towards the finger. So you'll hear a little click of the needle jumping out. Listen. Right, you get a nice little droplet of blood coming out. And you'll collect it straight into the little pipette. Nice and easy. Warren, what is it with you men and blood today? Well, when your little pipette is full, it won't absorb anymore. And then turn your little stick straight over until it touches the paper. It must deposit the blood onto the paper. Then take your little reagent and put 2 drops onto that little piece of paper. You can now put it one side to start its reading. Now with your kernel, the little blue stick will do its sucking up of the blood from the side. And it sucks up directly into that little tube until you've got, hey Warren, where's your blood? Till you've got enough blood in there. Okay, starting to read. We'll make a little tick and start to read. And then take your glucose one and it sucks up from the front into the front, and that's it. Alright, now you can tell the client, right sir, you can press there for me please. Put some pressure on it. Alright, your machines are now busy to read your results. Now you can take your cottoning for your urine cottoning test. Please have a look carefully when you open this. It looks very much like the packet of your HIV Rapids for your vitalities. So read carefully to see. It is a cottoning test, not the HIV Rapid test. Open it again in front of your client so that they know you're not using someone else's strip. And inside it you will get a little silicone packet to keep it dry and a little test strip and a little pipette. On your little test strip, if you look at it, there's a C and a T. You might not be able to see it very nicely now. The C is your control, the T is your test, and I'll explain that just now again once we've done the testing. Right, I've asked Warren to give us a urine sample prior to this screening because it's just practical. Now, take your little pipette and just take a nice pipette full of urine. And on the little bath, I normally just fill that little basin, the little one, with as much urine as possible, and leave it to absorb the results. Now you can throw your tests in your big bottle. Your results are now busy reading. Your kernel will count you down until it gives you a reading, and your glucose gives you a reading fairly quickly. So I'm going to do the recording. So long. If you look at your form, there's a place for your recordings there. That one says cholesterol, HDL, cottoning, glucose, HIV, and those you can ignore for first. This is a normal cholesterol which we're doing, not an HDL. So we're going to record our cholesterol result in there. Cottoning, we're still waiting for a result. Glucose, we've got a result already. It's 5.4. So I write my result in there. The other two we will get now. These results take approximately 15 minutes. The HIV takes approximately 15 minutes. The kernel a little bit less. There it's just given us the reading now. 5.6. Okay, Warren. I'm getting a health screening on you too, you know. Right. Your cottoning result will be fairly quick as well. Now, remember in the beginning I told you to look at your training device. The results were different on the little rapid stick. We said 2 stripes is negative. Have a look at Warren's results strip here and you'll see there are 2 stripes. Now, what I normally do is I move it to the client and I say, sir, there's a C and a T. The C is for control. If the C stripe were not there, it would mean that this testing strip, screening strip, is not working. If that happens, please throw the device away and use a new one. Redo your test. There's a T. And a stripe on the cottoning test opposite your, or in line with your T, would indicate that your cottoning test is negative. Right. Remember again, I said in the beginning, if you live or work in an environment where folks are smoking all the time, you might indicate positively as a passive smoker. So, you now write the word negative or neg, N-E-G, in your cottoning block. Please don't use crosses and ticks. We want the words, the results. When we're looking at the HIV result, again, you will see there's a C and a T. And again, I will explain to the client, this is the C stripe, it's the control stripe. That indicates that that screening strip is working. If there were a T line in the HIV rapid test, it would indicate that this client is inconclusive. Please never use the word positive. This is a screening test, not a diagnostic test. So you cannot tell the client, you are positive. Use the word inconclusive. If it were to happen that there was a stripe indicating an inconclusive result, you can give the client one of three options. You can either say to the client, sir, it might be that this rapid strip is not working as nicely as it should. Would you like me to do a second rapid test right now? Or you could say to the client, if you want, we can draw your blood for a full diagnostic test, which would go to the laboratories to get a proper diagnostic result. Or you can say to the client, this result did come up inconclusive. I suggest you go to your doctor and have a full medical workout and get a proper diagnostic result. Which option would you prefer, sir? If he asks for a second result right now, then do it. If that too comes up inconclusive, then draw a yellow tube of blood and send it for your diagnostic purposes. If he says draw my blood right now, then draw the blood right now. Right. But specify to the clients, make them aware of the fact that these are screening tests. They are not diagnostic tests. Although they are World Health Organization approved, they are 0.0001% inaccurate. So please keep that in mind. Don't ever use it as a diagnostic test. Then, because Warren's does not have a second T stripe, we can then deduce that he is negative. All right? So the word negative or inconclusive would be written at your HIV results. We've now recorded all the results and we've completed this lab form. Your password is Rapids with an S. We'll go to the next video clip to do the recording and how to process this form further. Right, number 2.